What up, coaches? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jared Simpson, and one of the biggest challenges I hear from young coaches all over the country isn't about plays or drills. It's about the stuff that nobody really prepares you for. How to handle conflict. How do you speak with confidence in front of a room full of parents or in front of your team? How do you develop your voice as a leader? Well, today I'm sitting down with Laura Neal, club director, trainer, and founder of Vision Basketball Academy. Laura's story is one a lot of you are going to relate to. She went from avoiding conflict and struggling with public speaking to confidently leading over 120 players and standing in front of 70 plus parents and delivered her message with clarity and authority. We're going to talk about what that journey looked like and the tools that helped her get there and some practical takeaways you can use in your own coaching right now. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I appreciate you hopping on. I am with Laura Neal, but I think people do better introducing themselves. So Laura, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Laura Neal. I'm a club director, trainer, and coach here on the south side of Indianapolis. Played college basketball, coached college, all things girls basketball. I love it. So yeah, that's what I do.
Nice. So before you were in Denver, Colorado, correct?
Yeah, correct. In Denver, Colorado, I started my own basketball academy out there called Vision Basketball, but making the full-time move back to Indianapolis to continue that here.
Oh man, I should have worn my hoodie. I literally just washed it to wear for this. No, you sent the hoodie. It was great. It seems like you guys did a lot of work. I actually came out, and when Laura, you were here, I forget which month, but you were out here for a AAU tournament with your team and watch you coach. And it was a pleasure. It's always fun to get back and work with people and see what they're doing and see how they're really working on their craft. So that was fun. I appreciate the invite. As far as working with me, what was the challenges you were experiencing that made you want to work with me, that made you want to invest and sign up for the program?
Yeah, I think just the willingness to, sacrifice your time and you have a desire to help kind of like the next generation of coaches. And, with your experience, I feel like you really pushed me outside of my comfort zone, made it uncomfortable, which is how you grow, in my opinion. So something where, allowing me to come up with my pitch or talk in front of other people is something that I've learned along the way. And that's been very, very helpful in my coaching career this last couple of years.
Yeah. I know you talk about pushing you and make you uncomfortable. One of the things that you, just like a lot of other young coaches, struggle with is kind of the conflict piece, how to best go about it. Since you've worked with me and talking about that challenge, how have you grown in that area?
Yeah, I think just reps. I think being able to confidently speak to whether that's people that are older than me or somebody I do have a conflict with, and being confident in what I say and what I believe and my coaching style, and kind of developing that coaching style and then sticking with it through that conflict has been something that I've had to practice a lot, but I think I'm getting the reps and getting a little closer to getting a little bit more comfortable with that conflict.
Nice. That's good. I know it's been a little bit since we finished up, but were there any things that you took away from it that you're using on a day-to-day, or maybe you weren't expecting to learn that you were pleasantly surprised that you did learn? Anything come to mind?
Yeah, honestly, the biggest thing, one, dealing with conflict, and then two, in my training sessions, and I kind of just used it there, was I like to pick those 2 or 3 things, like those 2 or 3 points, and be super direct with those 2 or 3 points. I feel like it delivers the message better. It delivers if I am in a conflict, it delivers my points better. Or if I'm in a training session, it delivers those points better. It kind of allows the other party to reciprocate it more. So I feel like that little tip right there has kind of changed my coaching style in a way, and my ability to deal with conflict in a much more productive manner.
Yeah, and that countdown method that we talked about, that 3, 2, 1, just kind of helps you frame it all, right? Like, I'm going to have to give you something. It's going to come in this package. So open up your ears and be ready to listen for those that 2 things, or those 3 things. Kind of frames it so they can kind of receive it. So yeah, that countdown method, I do it every time. Did it in the interview the other day because I didn't know what I was going to say. But that 3, 2, 1 method helps you frame your thoughts. So that's great. So I guess, what was maybe your biggest win? did you have a huge win overall, maybe this week, or something that you kind of can attest to kind of learning going through the program?
The biggest win, especially I related this back to the help that I received from the program, was we had tryouts. Roughly over 120 girls showed up. And speaking to a group of 70 parents at the time, I had, the pitch for kind of explaining who I am, my background. I feel like I delivered that A+, and then kind of my expectations and coaching style and what I expect from the parents and what they'll get from me as well. I feel like my ability to deliver that was spot on, and I felt confident in that. And I got a lot of actually really good feedback too, just from the parents, of how well organized and well that I gave that message out.
Standing up in front of people is the number one fear, right? And the fact that you can use the program, distill your thoughts down, and deliver them in a way that was receptive by the family or by the parents, by the kids. I mean, that's huge. I mean, I can only imagine if I did that the first time without actually taking the time to invest in myself, what that would be like. But what would you tell someone who is considering investing and working with me and getting into the program? Now, you did program iteration 1. It's been totally revamped. We're adding different modules, different pieces, tangible items for you to walk away with your coach's book. What would you tell that person who's on the fence of maybe getting involved?
Yeah, I think number one, it's a great decision. I think you got to do it. I think it'll push you outside of your comfort zone and allow you to grow. Iteration 1 was great, so I can only imagine that iteration 2 is just even better. And I'll continue to stay in the program, and I would highly recommend it to any coach who is on the fence or just wants to continue to grow in their communication and coaching career.
Perfect. Well, Laura, I appreciate you taking the time. This was great. Thanks for hopping on and helping out. And you're still in the community. You're still active in there. If you guys join the program, you can see Laura in there commenting in the Facebook group. So I appreciate you jumping on and taking the time. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Man, I love conversations like that. Laura's growth from where she started to where she is now. That's what it's all about. And here's the thing, conflict doesn't go away. Difficult conversations, they don't disappear. You don't suddenly wake up confident in a room full of people. But what changes is you, your ability to handle it, your tools, your clarity. That 3-2-1 countdown method Laura mentioned, that's real. It works in training sessions, in parent meetings, in job interviews, in conflict, anywhere you need to deliver a clear message. Pick your 2 or 3 points, frame them, and deliver them with confidence. And if you're watching this thinking, man, I struggle with the same things Laura's talking about, you're not alone. That's exactly why I created my program, to help coaches like you develop real skills that nobody teaches, but every coach needs. If you got value from this conversation, do me a favor, hit that like button, drop a comment, and let me know what your biggest coaching challenge is right now. And make sure you're subscribed, because we've got more real coaching conversations coming every single week. So shout out Laura for being vulnerable, for sharing her story, and for doing the work. Make sure you follow her. Her info is down in the description. So, all right, coaches, until next time, keep growing, keep leading, and keep having those real conversations. I'll see you soon.